We urgently have to rethink how we value nature. Nature protection is seen as a cost, but we need to start thinking about nature protection as an investment. Our economies rely heavily on ecosystem services. 75% of our businesses depend on nature. Yet 80% of nature in Europe is in poor state. That is why we need to put nature on the balance sheet. This is not about turning nature into a commodity, but about recognizing and rewarding actions that restore and sustain nature. Nature credits are emerging as a promising tool to change how we value nature. They are a way to channel finance to nature-positive actions, to restore wetlands, to create new habitats, to boost the biodiversity. They mean an additional source of income for farmers, for foresters, land managers, fishers and many others. They can also offer businesses and investors a credible tool to help restoring nature in line with their corporate commitments. With the roadmap that we present today, we want to frame how we can develop those markets and those models. Public funding will remain a cornerstone of nature protection and restoration, but this is not enough. We face a big annual gap in biodiversity financing across the EU. To close it, we must unlock private finance to complement public support. Momentum is building. Financial institutions are starting to consider biodiversity loss as a material risk that needs to be mitigated. Insurers are investing in nature-based solutions to reduce damages from floods and fires. But this growing interest needs structure and trust to scale up. That is the purpose of this roadmap. Let me highlight its core elements. First, we will focus on standards and certification. Credibility is key because it's not so easy to measure nature. Nature is local given. How do you fit that into a market in the global market that is global? That is why we need to be very robust and science-based certification and reliable verification methods. Second, we want to build the market infrastructure, transparent governance and reliable monitoring systems that are the foundation. These are not a technical detail. These are basic to create investors and public trust, and it is key to avoid greenwashing. Third, we will test and scale up. The demand for nature credits is growing. The Commission is already supporting pilot projects and will continue to do so. Many local authorities and companies around the world are also supporting projects on the ground. I hope that we see a growing number of potential buyers seizing nature-positive investments in the future. Fourth, we are also linking up globally. We want to leverage insights from international work on nature credits. We will step up our engagement to shape and align with emerging global standards. And finally, we need a simple framework that respects the local reality of nature and keep administrative burden to the minimum. And we need shared governance to ensure fair access to all actors, big and small, local and international. But let me be very clear, nature credits are not a silver bullet. They are a part of a broader shift to value nature, to reward restoration and to build resilience. Today's roadmap is only the beginning. That is why we are inviting everybody, experts, scientists, civil society, member states and international partners to contribute and turn nature credits into a success. We will set up a dedicated expert group. We want front-running countries, companies and international stakeholders to be able to learn from each other. Together we have to build the foundation for a trusted market that reflects the rich and biodiversity of nature, and our collective commitment to it is future. We have to work together to ensure that investing in nature becomes not the exception but the norm, a driver of resilience, fairness and a long-term prosperity. Thank you very much.